This is the Hustle Decoded.
Hustle Decoded.
We're live.
Go.
Welcome to the Hustle Decoded, everyone. This is the first edition of the Saturday Hustle.
Hustle Decoded.
A little bit of a different stream today. We're going to get right into it. Going to be a couple of announcements before we get into the lesson.
Go. This is the Hustle Decoded.
All right, let's start your morning off right. This is the Hustle Decoded, where we talk about entrepreneurship from the ground up. And welcome. Before we get right into it, I'm going to have a couple of announcements here. This is the first edition of the Saturday Hustle, where I'm going to teach my Mindset Decoded course live each Saturday for the next few Saturdays. Once the course is completed, it will be available for purchase on the hustledecoded.com website once it becomes fully available. Also, be sure to join us on Wednesdays at 7 o'clock, 7 Pacific Standard Time on Wednesdays, where we go through economic topics of the day. I talk about commentary of what's going on, what current and future entrepreneurs can do in order to prepare themselves for their next come up, how they can leverage their situation, and then we go ahead and engage in the chat as well. And lastly, if you haven't had a chance to, do me a favor and go over to the Facebook fan page. Give it a like, put a few comments in. There you can stay up to date with all the things that's going on at the Hustle Decoded, and you'll be able to engage with current and future entrepreneurs who are looking to network and take their lives to the next level. A little bit different live stream today. If this is your first time here, my name is Kelvin. I am the founder and CEO of the Hustle Decoded, where we focus on entrepreneurship from the ground up. And if you're new to this channel, on this channel, what we do is we focus on some of those fundamental life skills that you're going to need in order to level up. So if you are looking for the way, if you're looking for the cheat code, so to speak, do me a favor, like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll help you reach where you want to reach. So again, welcome. This is the first edition of the Saturday Hustle, where we are going to teach my mindset course live. I'm not going to engage like I normally do. I'm just going to teach the lesson. I'll answer some questions in the chat if there are any towards the end, and then we will just end the stream. But I wanted to do this live simply because we're in an economic situation right now where people are losing their jobs at a very rapid rate, and I wanted to do my part, so to speak, in order to get people in the right mindset. Some people are reevaluating their lives or figuring out what it is that they're going to do or what they're going to do next, and where everything starts is your mindset. So without further ado, we're going to get into the course, and yeah, let's go. Let's get into it. I want to welcome you to the Mindset Decoded course, the foundation of your life. So your mind is a powerful tool and is often a determining factor of how we go about through life, right? It's vital that you have the right frame of mind going into any situation of your life or life circumstance or happenstance. You see, if your mind is not in the game when it comes to life and how we approach things, let's be honest, you're going to fail. You're going to fail at your business if you're going to start one. You're going to fail at your business if you're currently in a business. If you're currently in a relationship or looking for a relationship, you'll fail at your relationships. And in general, you're going to fail in your personal goals and your achievements. And really, it's for that reason that it's important that we learn to train our minds for success. But before we get started, let me introduce myself. My name is Kelvin Davis. I am an entrepreneur. I am also the founder and CEO of The Hustle Decoded. I've worked for 2 Fortune 500 companies, and I've worked in many different assets of business. I've been a mentor, I've been a coach, I've worked in quality, I've worked in research and development, I've worked in auditing, I've worked in certifications, I've worked in contracts, you name it, I've done it. I have a degree in business management, and like I had kind of mentioned, I am a mentor, I'm a coach, and I'm a teacher and mentor for many across the country, including some parts of the world. All right. These are some of the things that the course is going to cover. And by the end of this course, you will be able to have the tools needed to develop a new mindset. These are some of the things that some of the topics that we are going to cover. All right. We are going to cover decoding your current thought pattern and actions. We're going to talk about the conscious and the subconscious mind. We're going to talk about attitude. We'll talk about goals, and we'll talk about affirmations. And there's some bonuses that I will add at the end of the course. Lesson 1. Decode current thought patterns and actions. Let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered why you act or do certain things in a certain way? Well, let's dive into a few of those scenarios. Have you ever been told that you act or sound just like your mother or your father? How about this? Have you ever wondered why you don't do some of the things that you used to do? Have you ever wondered why you haven't reached your goals, or you aren't in a better position in your life? How about things like why can't you lose any weight? How come you can't stay disciplined? How come you lack consistency? You see, these are all questions that we ask ourselves in any segment of our life. Let me bring up another one. Let's just say that you read a book or you took a course like this one or others, and you told yourself, yeah, I learned this. I can understand this, and now I know how to change my life. Yet, your results are the same. Nothing is changing. And you just kind of think to yourself, why is this happening to me? And trust me, this is something that I've gone through. It's perplexing, and it just feels like you're stuck. It's discouraging. It's frustrating. And it's depressing because you don't know what's going on. You don't understand. But one of the things that you need to also understand is that you are not alone in this scenario. You're not the only one going through this. I went through this. All right? The reason is very simple. You've been programmed. Now, I know you're going to be looking at me strange like, man, what is this guy on? What does he mean you've been programmed? Nobody's programmed me. Well, let me just get into it a little bit. Let me explain. In the scenario of you acting just like your parents, let's be honest, since you've been programmed since birth to be just like them, that's their job. They were supposed to teach you whether it was intentional or not, to be just like them. How they think, what they believe, their thought process, their opinion on how you should go through life. You were programmed to do certain things based on how you grew up. If you were told as a child that you wouldn't be able to do certain things or attain certain goals or achievements, again, it's something that you were programmed to believe. Let's break down another scenario. You feel like you're not doing the same things that you used to do. Well, again, somewhere along the way, you were programmed to do something new. What do I mean by that? Something happened in your life that made you do things differently. Now, your current self, you recognize that things are different and you may have lost your path, but what you have to do is you just have to understand that your current programming is why you are the way that you are now. Again, we'll bring up another scenario. Why aren't you in a better position or have reached your goals that you planned on reaching? Well, again, you've been programmed to have a limiting belief system. These aren't things that come from nowhere. Okay, again, somewhere in your life, someone or even you told yourself that you couldn't reach those goals or that you deserve to be where you are, or even worse, you've kind of accepted where you are. What I'm trying to get you to understand is that this is in your current programming. Again, you have been programmed. These are the things that you need to understand about your mindset. Your programming is a learned behavior. Your programming is a learned habit. Just like the scenarios that I brought up previously, you have learned some of these behaviors since you were born. Okay? You have learned some of these habits. Some of these habits have been formed in different segments of your life. And so, in order to change your life or your outlook in life, or in order to attain those goals, or whatever it is that you want to do, you must learn new behaviors. You must learn new habits. And it is my goal to help you get there. I believe that this course is going to teach you how. Next week, we are going to get into the conscious and subconscious mind. And what I want to do, is I want to give you some books that I think that you should read in order to get you in the right mindset to be able to work on before next week's episode, if that makes any sense. So the first book I want you to read is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. There's great material here on Facebook, on YouTube, absolutely free, that you're able to use. There's great audio books. There's even great audio books with Napoleon Hill speaking. I think that'll be a great thing for you. The next book that I want you to look into is Lead the Field by Earl Nightingale. That's another one that is going to be a great tool for you to try to get through your week and try to get you in the right mindset and starting to think differently and things of that nature. Leaders are readers. So what we want to do is we want to get you in a position of where you are reading and you are performing actions and getting you in the thought process of becoming a better version of yourself. And I think those two books to start for the week is going to be excellent resources for you in order for you to get into the right mindset and mind frame as we go through the second lesson. Now, do want to make a couple of announcements again. I did not want to take too much of your time. It is Saturday. I know you want to get going and all the other things that you need to do for today. So let me make a couple of announcements before we engage in the chat, if anybody's in the chat. Do me a favor. Join us on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where we talk about the economic topics of the day. And I give commentary on those topics. We talk about the current economic situations. I give my opinions about those situations and what current and future entrepreneurs should be doing in order to weather the storm or prepare to leverage themselves to get to that level where they can leverage themselves, if that makes any sense. Also, join us next Saturday around 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, where we are going to be focusing on, again, the mindset series, where we will talk about lesson 2 of the conscious and subconscious mind. And the other thing I wanted to mention in regards to the lesson, once this lesson is completed, it will be available for purchase on the hustledecoded.com once the hustledecoded.com website is available. And lastly, if you haven't had the chance, do me a favor and go over to Facebook. Go over to the Hustle Decoded fan page, where you're able to engage with current and future entrepreneurs who are looking to network or take their business or their lives to the next level. So again, my name is Kelvin. I am the founder and CEO of the Hustle Decoded, where we focus on the fundamental life skills that you're going to need in order to take yourself to the next level. I'm looking in the chat. It doesn't appear that anybody is in the chat, and that's totally fine. But please do me a favor while you're here. Please like the channel. Tell your friends and family. Engage. I hope you guys have a very great week. I'm going to be plugging away here. I hope you guys are plugging away as well. Be well. And with that said, I am signing off.